everybody tonight. Oh my goodness. The chat is so full and it's so great to see you all. I'm totally not just moving nameplates around to make sure everybody's nameplates are in the right position. Hi, everybody. Kia ora, and welcome to Fate of Isen Book 2. Puka Pukarua. We are a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast made by a bunch of Kiwi comedians, proud members of Kiwi RPG, Kiamu Whakatau o Aotearoa, tabletop role-playing from New Zealand. We korero paki, we tell some jokes, and we hopefully save the world along the way. And I'm really excited to have you all here today. If it is your first time joining Isen, you are so welcome. Thank you for coming along and joining the team. For those of you who are coming home once more, it's been a long time. I missed you. How you been? You know, how's life? Tell me everything. Please tell me everything in chat. I do see that. I love you guys, and chat to us. I've got an amazing cast, and I'm going to let you guys meet the SIdebars. So, SIdebars, take it away.
Kia ora koutou, ko Severin toku ingoa. I'm playing the human monk, Dexter Clementine. Okay, if you're new to the podcast, something I have been stating very clearly is I keep saying he's a monkey boy. That is like monk with a Y, like as in having the properties of a monk. He is not simian in any way. And so I want to make that very clear. You might have heard rumors. You might have heard someone on the street saying like he's playing some kind of monk who's a monkey. No, he is a human at the moment. Who knows what's going to happen? But he is currently in his human form. And he's ready to cause some havoc and steal some spotlights. Over to the next person, which I believe is Erika.
This is not his final form. Hi, I'm Erika.
It's over 9,000!
I play Taryn Grimm, who is a water genasi sorcerer. And this is Taryn's final form, because it's fun. It's water, it's fun. Why not? We are excited to do a performance thing today. Will we do okay? Who knows? We'll find out. It's gonna be fun though. Over to you, Kasia.
Hi, I am Kasia. I play Granny Sabinka, the half-elf druid. She should look young, but she is old because she's raised so many children. Yeah, it's gonna be great. It is her final form, because like, you can't get any older than this. Yeah, we're gonna have so much fun, and it'll be all like no cheating allowed, and it'll be all like fair, and yeah, nobody's gonna get into anybody's way. Like the best team win. Over to you, Julz.
Hi.
Therapy is now in session. Hi, Julz.
Hey, everybody out there. I am your Dungeon Master for today. I am DM Julz from NZ is where you can find me. Helpful, amazing, spotlight on our glitteriest moderator, Amy Warder, sitting there in the stream, has just posted all of our socials as to where you can find us all over the place. Thank you, Amy. We love you. Yeah, what would our stream be without our glitter?
Nothing.
Just nothing.
It's
Nothing.
Darkness.
Shit pit of...
No parents.
Sorry. Poop pit.
No parents?
It's a quote from the Lego movie. Topical reference.
I was thinking it was like Lord of the
Batman.
Flies or something, which is also possible.
Is it Lego movie? It's some kind of Batman
Is it
thing
the-
where they're
yeah.
making fun of him. Darkness, no parents.
Okay, well, speaking of no parents, let's go play
Well
some...
done. I'm
Let's
just
go
Shut up,
play-
Miss
Let's go play some fantasy D&D where the most common background selected is basically orphan. So...
Debbie. Straight up haunted one.
And if you feel called out by listening to that, then you probably select that all the time. So,
If you're called out, stop playing rogue. Just play any of the other classes, man.
so where did we leave our heroes? Well, we left them celebrating in the Festival of Aeriseth. Inside the ruler on high's palace, and the banners rippling in the skylit hills, each one bearing the radiant image of the ruler on high himself. Skyfolk are in glittering attire, singing his praises, performing elaborate tributes, and lining up for the chance to be seen. Of course, the winner of Aeriseth tributes will be granted a private audience with the ruler on high. And in that audience, it is said that the winner can ask for anything that their heart desires. The crew will have come here with a few questions in mind. I know that they've brought Zephyra along, who is desperate to find out the answer to the question of where is my sister, but maybe the SIdebars have their own questions to ask too. I guess we'll have to find out if they make it through to be the winner of the festival. So, where we left our heroes, they had gathered to see the first act take to the stage. As the notes of caves music began to rock the crowd, Granny is very taken in by the melody and seeming to be dancing along with the music, while Dexter and Taryn manage to valiantly fight the feelings washing over them. Taryn in particular looks around in confusion at the glazed expressions that seem to be appearing on the crowd, and begins to feel fear crawling all over her blue skin. The music feels somewhat familiar to her, and yet she's sure she's never heard this song before. The lyrics are quite odd as the crew listens to the lead singer, Tammy, sing out even louder. The lutes are screaming out notes so quickly it seems to be falling off the fingers of Fike and Mish, playing high and low against the thudding of Olaf's drums. As the lyrics go, their names are forgotten, and we will never remember them. We strike the memory from our hearts and turn our face to the cloud. With hands to the sun, we fly up into the sky. In no one's name we sing, so that all here will hear and forget. And they're just like screaming these lyrics out with like full lock lyrics, you know, just like, so all here will forget, and just like absolutely blasting these lyrics out, right? And Taryn thinks to herself, quite odd lyrics considering the event is supposed to pay homage to Aeriseth. Like, what's that got to do with anything? And as the party turns to look at the ruler on high, just to see if he's also jamming out, it's Taryn that again, because we remember from last time, Taryn rolled a nat 20. So that is why, like, she's seeing all of this right now, like taking all of these things in extra to the rest of the party. So it's Taryn who notices that the ruler on high is also having a very glazed beginning expression and starting to ramp up with the music as well. Something odd is going on. Roll perception or insight or something to Taryn and Dexter, because you've managed to beat this. Granny, if you want to look around and see things or figure out things, or like, because you know you are competing against these guys, so you might want to see how the audience is responding. You're rolling, but you're rolling with disadvantage right now. Because things are sort of washing over you and you're being quite like charmed.
Yeah, so like
by
perception?
What's going on.
Just
Perception or insight depends on what you want to know. Do you want to just look at what's happening, or do you want to kind of like read on people's face?
I got a big 16 perception.
I'm reading people's faces.
Okay.
And I got a dirty 20 on insight.
Yeah, 17 on insight as well.
As well? Cool. Okay. So as you like kind of look around the crowd, yeah, like they seem to be really into what's happening, but they also seem to be a little bit like everybody's just really hyped, like really amped. And before they were like excited, oh, it's caves, you know, like, oh, this is going to be cool. Like, I hear they're good, you know, and they hardly ever come here. Now it's like crazy levels of like, my life is awesome and this is the best day I've ever had, you know, like kind of like really intense vibes.
Hardcore to the mega.
Yeah. And some of these people that you look around and see, like particularly Zephyra is also doing this. And when she came originally, obviously she was very like, where is my sister? Stressed, bit moody, bit sad, you know, something like she's obviously worried, right? She doesn't look like she's worried at all now. She is just so caught up in what is happening. And everything is indeed awesome. Thank you, Moji.
Like, what's that a reference to?
I have no idea. Yeah, so that's happening. Now, Granny,
Yes, clarifying question. Do we see this as, this is positive, or do we see this as weird? Like, do we have an insight into that, or are we just, like, noticing that?
So Taryn and Dexter, you would notice these things in different ways. Like Taryn, you'd be reading this on people's faces. Dexter, you notice that the crowd gets a lot closer, a lot more tight. And with that perception, you see that there is a man kind of standing next to the throne where the ruler on high is. Looks very butler-esque or council member-esque, you know, sort of in that kind of position. You don't know who he is, but sort of standing by, ready to serve in some kind of way. And he does not look like he is taken in by this, and he's watching the ruler with not a very nice smile happening right now. So you perceive that to be the case. Granny, you notice that everybody around you is hyped. So are you. Life is good. Everything is great. You don't even remember what any of your struggles were before, or like any of the problems that you had before were. How did you even get here? You have no idea. Who are you here with? I don't know. Does it matter? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then you're like, oh wait, no, I came with those guys and I'm going to perform soon. There's no way I can beat these guys, but like, I'm here to do that. I don't remember why. I'm here to do that. Why was I here to do that? Was it just these two? Yeah, it must be. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of your vibe, right? You're just like in that mode, feeling that everything is now. What does the past matter? You know what I mean? Like, who matters? No, nobody matters that's not here right now. Yeah.
This is amazing, Zephyr. Great stuff. You seem better. I yell to Zephyr.
Yeah, and Zephyr is like, oh my god, I don't even know what I was worried about before. I remember being worried before I came here, and now everything is just so great. Woo!
Woohoo! It's like the first folk festival we went with. What was his name? Bob something. It was great, and I just dance, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and she's like starting to let off little bursts of magic, and you see like other cloud people are letting off little cloud magics with like, you know, kind of like highlighter colors on them, and then some of them are a little bit solid, so they're starting to bounce around, and people are like bouncing them across the crowd and stuff. It's getting like, you know, serious like summer vibe concert feelings, you know?
Or midsummer.
And so this performance is going on. Obviously, Caves have got a few songs in their set. They'd start with that one. That seems to be their opener. And they finish that one and they're like, and we've got another for you. And because the crowd's hyped, they're into it, right? And the next one just rolls out. And the two of you don't really feel any additional magic. There's no saves needed. There's no nothing that. It's just a good song. You know, like everybody's just still hyped from the first one. So, you know, whatever is happening is just lingering. In this moment, you realize something. The audience is pretty on board with what is happening here. And this is going to be pretty hard to beat them if you don't try and do something a little bit more than just watch and hope that your performance goes well. And you look around and you realize that the other acts are also standing there a little bit like, huh. You know? No. and they all have a pretty desperate look on their faces. So, we come to the mini game of this episode. You, as contestants, are able to mess with the other contestants' performances. If you choose to do so, you may get yourself some more points for your tally. If you successfully mess with another contestant's performance, you will gain yourself another 10 points for your tally. If you choose to try and mess with their performance and fail the skill check roll, you will lose points. But it's 10 points gained to 5 points lost. So, you know, risk it all for the points because you don't know what the total is that the other contestants are going to get. So you don't know how many points you necessarily need to beat. You know what I mean? Like, you can kind of do some math as you're walking along, but it's going to be a hard one. So you have a moment here. Granny, you're probably feeling, you know, like you're hyped, but you know you're here to compete. So you're welcome to also mess with the performance if you wanted to. So you're welcome to join in. So you look around at each other, you look at the other acts, you see whispers, you see things forming. It looks like some chaos is about to rain down on Cave's performance. Do you as a group, also want to spotlight steal.
Ooh. Something that happened in the last podcast, Julz, was me helping the roadie move stuff around. In that time, I would have seen where other people were moving things too.
Uh-huh.
Would I have noticed any component of the cave sound system that seemed particularly important? Such as like a mixing desk that they were plugging into, hypothetically.
Yeah, I'm following you. There is actually a caster at the back, right? Who isn't actively like... he's not actively concentrating on every spell, but he seems to be sort of guiding bits and like fixing bits, so like where to direct that sound or like, oh, Tammy should be louder. I'll help that out, like very much there's a guy at the back who's just kind of, making adjustments. So that would be your spot, I guess.
Coincidentally, his name is Mixon Desk.
It is now.
Mixo-discally.
Very well known in the industry.
Yes, studied at Georgia Music College.
They all the best ones do.
Okay, his name is Misko Discally. And he went to GBC. Got it. New NPC. Logged and loaded.
Next one-shot side missions. Guess who I'm playing? I'm gonna point out this castigate to the rest of the party and say, like, not kill him, but like if we can stop him from doing what he's doing, that'll reduce the sound down.
Got it.
I'm not opposed.
No killing.
To
No killing. Yeah.
But it might put a dampener.
Granny's like
Ready?
making the thumb gesture across her face because we're also an audio-only podcast.
Yes, I was going to say
Come to
this is for the followers only. Yes,
doing the haka that got cancelled, right? Like,
Just getting
It's too
hyped.
much. There's no violence in rugby. Yeah, you gotta say, like, the last time we had a performance, there was death. That was not good. If we can just disrupt them, I can try to make them cold all of a sudden, which do like a bit of damage, but they seem healthy enough. But if anybody else has things that we can do to throw them off their groove.
Taryn, dear, I saw you stop magic before. Is that something you could do?
I can dispel magic, but I can also do it silently, so they shouldn't know where it comes from.
Oh, dearie, that would be so nice. If you want, I could make you invisible if you wanted to, but maybe a bit
It is
overkill.
someone casting magic rather than magic anything. But there are objects set up that seem
I
pretty
can do it
magical.
on creature, object, or magical effect within range.
I'm not a magic person. Okay, that sounds good.
Oh, you could just trip him. You could just trip him.
Just push him down the stairs or something.
I'm also happy to like get up to him and just chow.
How about you give him that elixir?
Oh yeah, we do have weird potions on us. I could just throw one at his head.
Just knock him out.
Quietly.
so while you are
This isn't
deciding
Hitman.
this stuff, right? While you're deciding this, essentially, seriously, this particular act gets up on stage and sort of walks around behind Tammy Berg as she's singing into her microphone and just kind of like mimicking her movements and just like copying them. And the audience laughs uproariously. They love this, right? Like, so he is doing remarkably well to try and disrupt their performance and gained himself a little bit of audience favor here. Meanwhile, the dancer, who is sort of quite shadowy looking, quite dark looking, very smoke orientated, tried to do something, but just made the stage like dark and foggy, and the audience loved it because it looked like all moody, and it didn't really do anything for Nova. In fact, it sort of led more into Caves' vibe. So that was a fail. Yep. And Nimbus Nonsense, the acrobatics troupe, tried to do something creative on top of the speakers to maybe move them or jog them in some kind of way, but ended up just sort of falling off and making themselves look really stupid. So people are like, they're supposed to be acrobatics acts, and have sort of done themselves again out of a favor. So you're seeing all of this kind of stuff go on as like the songs are going.
So there's a big cloud on the stage, right?
Yeah.
Could I just make it smell foul?
You could just do that, or you could go with the trying to. Are you trying to make the dark cloud smell funky to mess up the guy at the back, or like, yeah?
Oh,
okay.
Well, just like everything at once, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys okay with it, or do we want to do the other thing?
If they're distracted, I'm happy to go up and punch this caster in the solar plexus.
Okay,
I mean, you could
just to win them for like a period of time.
Do that, and we can do the dancer smell foul later.
So
it might help with the acrobatic troupe.
So I would say that would be an athletics roll, athletics skill check. So are you doing this by yourself? So this isn't a group check average. This is like a you check.
Could I roll an unarmed strike as the skill?
Yeah, okay. I'll allow it.
Because that counts as dexterity versus proficiency. Wish me luck, I'm so nervous. Annoyingly, I think that's one less than the DC. I think I got a 14.
It is a DC of 15, yeah.
Unless there's anything somebody can do. I got an inspiration from rolling a nat 20.
So you could try
statistically,
again.
like, sessions ago to try this again. Twitch chat, I need some luck right now. If you can. So the second roll was a 3. So dice, sometimes dice say no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of these days I'll be emotionally fine with that.
Yeah, you go up to punch this guy and he sees you coming and the roadie that was like telling you to go away before, Mike, was just like, oh no, not you again. Nope. Just like kind of gets in between you two and just sort of pushes you off to the side.
Honestly, depending on his AC, can I punch Mike instead? Can I just clock him? He's been so annoying.
Yeah, you can absolutely clock him, and that's what the audience catches. So just as you're like,
well,
like ushered out to the side, you clock Mike the roadie, and everybody loves Mike the roadie, and so the audience sees it, and they're like, oh, that guy's a dick.
Why do people love Mike the roadie so much?
What has Mike done for us?
Yeah, what have I done for any of y'all, man?
So the sidebars lose their first points and they don't even have points on the board. So currently the sidebars are at -5.
Nailing it.
High risk, high reward, right?
Like, something I said before the session is if we do not get the audience with Aeriseth, we will just leave the Cloud Kingdom and do something else. And every bad roll, we get closer to leaving the Cloud Kingdom. So, like, it's fine. It's like D&D is just like this. I know this is
Are you Chapel Road?
We're going to the Pink Pony Club.
Okay, so at the end of the Caves performance, they roll a performance style check. They got a 17, which isn't that high. So luckily for you guys, they actually only get 5 points with a 17. So apparently their set was so disrupted. they just didn't get as much love as they should have because people weren't really listening to their songs.
Yeah, that comedian's fun to watch.
Yeah. All right, so as Caves leave the stage, the comedian just kind of stays on stage and does like a little pose, and the whole crowd kind of like cheers, because he seems to be staying there. And it looks like it's Seriously Funny's turn. So again, you'll be able to disrupt his performance, but first we're going to do something that, you know how last time we recorded, I told you you're going to hate me for something that I have done.
Oh no.
Please forgive me for what is about to happen. Like, seriously, please forgive me.
I'll just, let me have a drink first.
Okay. Because,
What's just happened?
Oh dear. Okay. So, Seriously Funny, this really cloudy kind of humanoid, so very cloud person is on stage, and he's got you know, his hair all done in a silly way, and, you know, his clothing's got like almost like clown kind of vibes. Big flower on his jacket, blazer, you know, big shoes, that kind of look, right? And so he's dancing around on the stage and he goes, "Oh, happy to be here, folks. Happy to be here telling some jokes for you all. You know, I tried to catch some fog to get here earlier, but I missed. You know what you call a cloud that tells jokes? It's a thunderstorm. I see you all have a sense of humor in here like a dust storm. Very dry. Speaking of dry, do you know where clouds go to the bathroom? Anywhere they want. Don't worry, folks. Tonight I'm wearing my thunderwear. I walked past a weather mage before I got here, and they called me partly funny with a chance of jokes. And you know what? I'll take that. My therapist says that I have low visibility issues. You know, I just don't see myself clearly. And the band are great tonight, aren't they? Woo! The band are great. Do you know what you call a cloud that can play the piano? A cumulusician. I think it's time to wrap up the set. Do you know how to wrap up a cloud, folks? That's right. You use a rainbow. You've been a great audience. I've been seriously funny, and you've been here. Peace, love, and precipitation. Good night. And he sort of exits the stage.
What? Why are we wooing this?
Dexter actually was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one for one-liners, but that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I love a good pun.
Yeah, don't quit your cloud job.
I don't have one yet.
So again, I apologize for that. But essentially that is what's happening as you're trying to disrupt him. So what is it? I had to get that out because it's too funny to not. What is it that you guys are doing? If you're choosing, are you choosing to try and mess with his set for starters? Like, do you want to try stealing the spotlight? And then if you are, what is it that you are doing?
I will leave it to someone else to try this time.
I was going to say shape water into something a little less cloud-like. Can you shape water as a cloud?
That would hurt him, though.
I don't know. What's your idea, Granny?
Oh, does anyone have Tasha's hideous laughter?
No.
I do not.
Wouldn't that help him?
No, I
Not
don't
if you're
know.
a comedian laughing at your own jokes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes,
Ooh.
unfortunately I don't think any one of us have that, but that's a good idea.
So have we been disrupting during the set, or are we disrupting after the set? Because that's different.
Yeah, you basically are interrupting during the set. It might be that a set takes longer because of what's happening, essentially. Like, you know, he has to stop in between jokes and then continue on with the next joke after something happens or whatever. Yeah.
What if Granny yells, "Hey, nice stage presence," and casts invisibility on him?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep,
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so I would call this either an Arcana roll, because I know invisibility doesn't necessarily have, like, an attack to it. So maybe either just a normal spell attack roll or an Arcana roll. Up to you, which, like, is skill better than attack, or, yeah.
Wait, how does this... So I have... Oh my god, I don't know how to play D&D. Does anyone know how to play D&D?
So, you're asking the wrong place.
I mean, honestly,
I have
Fantasy traditionally has a history of people not knowing how to play D&D.
Sweet.
So.
Okay, so what would we say? I have +2 Arcana. But
or if you go to your spells, at the top of your spells...
Yeah.
it'll
Oh,
give
there you go.
like-
So, attack, please.
Yeah, attack's
okay.
going to be more because you're always
And
proficient.
I think... Oh, is it going to let you roll? No, okay.
No.
Sometimes it has a little thing next to it. But if you just roll, like, a spell that has an attack, like Thorn Whip or something like that,
Okay.
and then just... Yeah.
To be fair,
Wow.
Thorn Whip would also do pretty well in this situation.
Yeah.
I can just click on my
like
spell.
the croc pulling him off stage.
Well,
by the
I want to
way-
be creative, okay? So I have 17
no, I
plus
love this.
7, 24 to
Nice.
do that.
Nice. Okay, well, you
That gets us out of the hole.
DC. So he just goes invisible, and is this right where he was like, my therapist say I have low visibility issues. I just don't see myself clearly. And then he just disappears, and he's like, "Hey, extra punchline!" Like, you know,
Sorry, guys, he's really good.
I mean, yeah. If you save that.
I mean, like, half of the audience does seem confused. They're like, wait, is he still on the stage? There's just a voice now. This is weird. Like, because, as you know, half of comedy is, like, the way that you tell it, the presence that you have on stage.
Stage presence.
Yep. So, you know.
Okay, Neil's comedy school.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's like, he's
But,
about
like,
to go into an act out, and it's just, he's invisible, it doesn't translate across, he just gets
it just
confused.
doesn't translate, and the audience is just kind of confused by it, and it does actually help. It also helps your points, because that gives you a plus 10, which means that you are now on a plus 5, which is very exciting.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Grant.
Yeah.
For once, something worked.
So I have the Twitch chat playing our audience right now, and the Twitch chat are just going, next act. They very much do not like seriously. Remember, Twitch chat, it will be up to you to give a serious chunk of points at the end of this to your audience favorite, which could determine who goes through to win. So do pay attention to every of the acts. Yeah.
Terrifying. Granny goes through the win.
Yeah.
Just Granny, no one else.
Granny, no notes.
Okay, also, Nova tries to disrupt this one, does a terrible job. She just, like, lights, like, a giant chunk of fire on the side of the stage, and he just looks at it and goes, "That's me over there! I'm on fire!" Like, and he just points at it, and he just capitalizes.
Kid's good! The kid's good on his feet!
It's good. Which, alliance.
I mean, look, we're trying to recruit this person to the SIdebars afterwards if we want, but at the moment we're adversaries.
I don't think I could stand him.
More like sit-down comedy then.
Yeah, and also the acrobatics acts, they tried to, basically, they seem to have dived in like they're going to pick him up, but what happens is they tried to do that right at the point where Granny made him invisible, so instead of like grabbing him and just sort of tossing him, they just collide, and so they just collide with an invisible person and just fall onto the stage, and they're like, oh. Just like lying on the stage and then just sort of crawl off. Noticeably, caves do not. So caves don't try and steal the spotlight.
Interesting.
Up next is Nova Flame. So Nova, who's done a terrible job of trying to steal the spotlight from other people, gets up and she does this amazing, like, smoky shadow, humanoid-ish kind of shaped dance. Very contortionist, very graceful, very all of that. And then she starts adding, like, batons with fire and twirling and all of these things. And then her big finale sort of starts with, like, a burning hands, a fireball, and then she casts upwards and she just calls a phoenix into being above her head and just bursts into life, this beautiful phoenix above her, and you can see why she got here. You know what I mean? Like, she may have been clumsy up until this point, but this is very much her domain. And this beautiful phoenix just goes, ah, like cries and like goes around the entire of the crowd and stuff, dips low so everybody like can feel the heat, then like lands sort of on the stage and just bursts into a crazy flame and then distinguishes into ashes. And she quickly disappears into smoke and disappears. So, do you want to mess with this act? Again, how are you trying to mess with this
Man,
act?
if somebody could create water,
Yes.
it seems like it would be a pretty advantageous thing to do.
Or are the windows open?
For just ventilation?
Well, what else?
Like, I'm hoping for, like, if somebody's doing an act that is pure fire, there's at least something.
Oh no!
I'm laughing because I'm like, are the windows open? Okay. Have we forgotten where we are? We're literally in an air kingdom in the middle of the sky.
Yes, but are they? Is it windy on the inside? Because okay, we'll cry now.
Crying is creating water.
Yeah. So I've created the water already. Okay. Taryn's got a feature called Storm Guide, and if it's windy, I can control the weather. And the initial thought I had was to sort of blow the fire so it catches something else on fire and kind of disrupts the show. Or I can create water. That's cool too.
No, your other idea is amazing.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yes, the other window's open.
If not, I will open a window. If you ask
Yes,
Dexter,
You will bring in your own window and open it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to do it so it's subtle, but yeah.
Well, it's not even just the windows. It's like the giant size. You remember how there's like literally air giants that sometimes cloud giants that visit here? The giant sized doors are open at the front of the room as well. So like there's definitely enough, moving air in this space to make that work. Because all the creatures are flying and stuff in here too. So, because the roof is really, really high, so they are often, flying up, so your audience is kind of all over the place.
So, which one do you think would work better? I catch a banner of the Air Kingdom person on fire, or attempt to?
that would disgrace Nova.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I'm into that. Or we can make it so the phoenix poops on everyone with the water or something.
I want to know what skill check you're controlling the weather's gonna be.
Honestly, same, but...
I mean, nature.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Let me have a look and see how good that is first, and otherwise I might just... It's only a +1.
Nature, or maybe... survival's probably the same kind of thing.
Survival's better.
Survival
But
is better.
Arcana's also better.
Yeah, I was going to say nature, survival, arcana.
Yeah, would I be able to argue for Arcana for this innate feature? Would it have to be...
Yeah, because you can argue that controlling the magic.
Okay.
Literally control of the spell to do what you want it to do. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. You're aiming for a 15.
Okay, well, that's a 15 plus 4 is a 19.
Nice. Okay. That is a pass.
Light
Another
her
2
up.
points
Light her
on the
up.
board. So what is it that catches on fire? There's a lot of people close to the front of the stage wearing a lot of very ornate, think Wellington Cup races or Melbourne Cup races. It's like giant hat headpieces and all of these kind of things. So you could set something like that on fire, or there's definitely all those banners, in the castle, all with displaying pictures of the ruler on high.
Yeah, I was initially thinking the ruler on high, setting that on fire.
Yeah.
That's probably her initial thought for that.
Yeah, so are you doing this as the phoenix is flying around and then just boosting the flames off the phoenix? And
as the phoenix flies around.
Yeah, so she is horrified, right? Because she's like, oh, a picture of the ruler on high just went up on flames, and she looks at the ruler on high and he's got his arms crossed and he's shaking his head. And everybody in the audience is looking back between the stage and the ruler on high being like, ooh, kind of. Yeah. And hilariously, right as you do that, you burst this windy flame, and then you see again with the troop just failing miserably. So
They're on negative 15 to
At
start
least
out.
this point we won't be lost.
Yeah, so they've learned from last time, and one of the other illusionists made them invisible, right? And so they've been dangling above the firewalker with a bucket of water, ready to douse the firewalker, right? And then you just blow, and the rope just goes whee! And this bucket of water just goes and just douses a giant chunk of the audience, including the ruler on high. So he's sitting there shaking his head, being like, that is so, and then he just gets drenched with water. Luckily from an invisible artist flailing around somewhere up there, but it's just crawls back up to the top of the rope and comes down and just shakes her head. You guys don't see that, but audience, does. It's there's 3 people now sitting down out of the troop who all have tried to do something and are just looking dejected.
Because they're a slapstick group, they should pivot.
Pivot to comedy circus troupe.
Yeah. They're not feeling great about themselves right now. Who's left? Oh, seriously. Roll. Oh my god. Okay. Seriously got a net 20.
Oh,
which actually
silvery
gets
barbs.
him...
Can I do that? Get rid of his net 20.
No.
Okay.
Which actually nets him a plus 15. So he... What on earth does a comedian do that distracts the audience and thinks that this is funny?
I've got an idea.
Oh, please do.
You're
Please,
open to
please
it.
tell me.
I think as the acrobatics troupe fail with their water and splash the audience, he goes out middle of the stage where everyone can see him like, hey, entertainment, drinks included.
Nice.
I guess this act wasn't that hard.
It's all washed up.
Honestly, can we keep him?
At this point, we're going to need the points. Do a sidebar now, come on.
Okay, amazing. I didn't actually roll for his act, which is pretty funny, but he only got a 13, so I don't even think he got any points for his style. So, okay, so let's roll for Nova's. Nova got a 14 on the dice plus 5 because that is her thing that she's good at, so she does get a 19, which does net her 10 points for just her style. So nobody liked Seriously Funny, apparently. But apparently people maybe feel sorry for Nova. Like, her act didn't go that great, but they, like her enough to be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Clap, clap, clap.
Who amongst us has not burnt some paintings?
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
Okay. And as, the announcer starts to remind everybody, remember, audience vote will count at the end. Hold your votes until you've seen them all. We've got 2 more acts to see. Next up is the Sidebars and their wearable arts. And he gestures because he's not really sure what to expect. And you guys need to take the stage. So you will have had time to have practiced your act, but I am realizing, I know in reality, behind the scenes, I don't know if you guys talked about your act at all. So you are walking to the stage, you have your dress, Zephyra is wearing your dress, and she's dancing around and pirouetting and being like, wow, this is just such a pretty dress. I can't believe you guys let me wear this. This is so cool of you guys. We've only known each other for a few days. Wow. She's just still on such a high. Weird vibe high, guys.
Yeah,
Weird vibe high. Yeah.
You know what, Zephyr?
Yeah.
You're worth it.
He's like, I know. There is only one of me.
Okay, should we do this thing that we discussed previously, which just reenacts the fight? But sorry, I was thinking one person narrates and the rest does the dance, if you want.
I was thinking by way of an introduction. Dexter takes kind of the middle of the stage. He's like, good afternoon, evening. I lose track of time in here. Hello, audience. My name is Dexter. We are the Sidebars, and tonight we are going to do a dramatic reenactment of our last fight as heroes, where we saved the fashion show here in the Cloud Kingdom from the evil dress that was trying to consume the very person wearing it. I hope you enjoy our performance tonight. And he does a huge bow, swings his hands out.
And from the audience is like, hey, look, it's the guy who punched Mike. Hey!
Shut your mouth, I'll punch you too.
Because he's a hero.
As seriously tries to interrupt your act. Stealing also straight from the glorious and wonderful Amy Wardart in the chat. Thanks, Amy. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, he met the DC, so apparently some of the audience is on his side again.
We should have given you a moustache in disguise.
Also, notably, again, caves have not interrupted any act so far.
I don't like it.
Anywho.
And on we go.
Okay, violence against crew aside, I hope you enjoy our dramatic reenactment.
A graceful dance begins. The Sidebars are doing a lot of drops and interpretative dance moves, depicting their devotion to the art.
Yes.
Then model comes out, happy, almost too happy, a little too happy, and suddenly the dress comes alive and she starts flapping the dress around. Dress wraps around Granny, disappears. And you take it from there.
From his Taryn cast mage hand.
Mage hand. Yep.
Yeah, cast mage hand, picks up the fabric and starts swishing it around. So it's flying around.
And it's at this point where another interruption happens, right? You see Nova Flame burst out in front of you, and she is pointing hands at a dress that is made purely of paper and pearls, and looks like it's going to set that dress on fire. That is kind of her thing. She's gonna roll.
Okay.
And
we
see
can't
how
interrupt
this
the
goes.
interruption. We're in the zone.
Nope. Here's the thing though. She rolled really badly, so this isn't going to go well. I think what happens is, yes, she sets the dress on fire, but she's trying to be careful because she's not trying to set the person on fire. She's trying to
that could
be
have
dramatic.
murdered Zephyr.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear here.
So she's trying to do the thing, and she sets the dress on fire, and what happens is the paper burns up so dramatically and reveals the tulle, the circus tent netting, the pearls, and all of that is left, and just leaves that, and it glitters and just in the light, and she just looks around and goes, "No, I made it better." and just kind of sinks down, embarrassed about her.
And even in the darkness of combat comes beauty through fashion.
Swish, swish, swish.
This is literally Hunger Games. But also there go all our contracts.
Oops. There goes our brochures.
We'll pretend to sort of set off a spell going just past the dress, so it doesn't quite hit the dress, but it has the illusion of spell casting, because there was spell casting, there was punching, there was music from Bardley.
Oh yeah, and Granny will cast Call Lightning, just at no one in particular, just so there's the...
dramatic.
Do I recall there was lightning in this?
Yeah,
you guys were
cast
definitely casting. Yeah, you guys were casting in the fight. And so this is probably the moment where the acrobatics just so exhausted, four of them from trying to interrupt the other acts and doing so badly. Four of them have decided to join the stage. And unfortunately for them, they joined the stage right at the part where you're telling the story about the tentacles going out and grabbing various audience members and stuff. And so they join looking like the audience members on the stage. I'm going to roll to see how well they do. Oh my goodness, okay, they actually rolled well this time.
Of course.
Okay, first time ever. So
It was going to happen.
Yeah, so what happens is people realize they've joined the stage, right? But they're into it. It's not and then the acrobatics realize that people are cheering for them joining, and they start doing fight, tumbling, very... What is that? Capoeira, very so they're just dancing, they're joining the dance, but they're fighting with the fabric on the ground or whatever.
Shout out Eddie Gordo, the real ones know.
Yeah. They're looking like Ellen Henry, who is in the chat right now, who's in his little suit, and he's pretending to be the various monstrous creatures he has to be. That kind of vibe is going on all over the stage, and it's really adding to your performance, which is awesome.
I'm not even mad, they deserve something.
Yeah.
They're so good, we should get more points. As they join, as the audience, we're reaching the kind of pinnacle of the fight, that we'll do or die moment where the danger has increased so much it could go either way. How it's going to go, we've got the tension, and then the final release of the dress being defeated. A punch from Dexter, spells from Granny, Taryn, the music from... possibly the music box if we've rescued it from the glittery bag of holding.
Yeah, can I lightning lure, because I know I lightning lured you out of the dress, but can I lightning lure one of the acrobatics out instead, since he's here?
Sure.
Yep, it was part of it. Cool.
You guys are using your spells, you're consuming your spells and stuff like that, so you're using them. So if you're using them, it happens. It looks awesome. It's adding to the vibe of your performance and stuff.
Yeah.
Gearing up for the finale, what does it look like?
Just a combined spells, punching, just one final blow where they all mold into one colourful action punch.
Dress is still, and at the punch, dress falls down.
And in this moment rings the lutes and the drums and the voice of Tammy Berg as Caves starts to play. And they start to play a song which basically tells a story of a group of heroes who let people be consumed by darkness. A story of a group of heroes who didn't even notice when one of their own was taken and didn't go and look for her. A story of heroes who couldn't even fight their way out of a magic shop. They really ate them. A story of heroes whose people keep leaving them and nobody cares about them. Like, it's brutal.
This feels
right?
personal.
It's brutal. And you're standing there in like this final, it's supposed to be this final, like, you know, mic drop kind of like, you know, beautiful, like, silence ringing out over the crowd moment, and then they're just taking it from you. And as they roll...
Nat 1, please.
Nope. They got a 12 on the dice, +5 everybody gets, and then they manage to make it. So they definitely get points off you for their performance. Like, some of the audience are like, ooh, that doesn't make them sound very good. I thought they were heroes. They can't even, like, beat a shop. Like,
clearly we got out of the shop.
And, like,
how would we hear if we got trapped in a shop?
I keep seeing them with, like, one less person all the time, and the person always changes. It's like they don't even know how to keep track of their own party members.
Sometimes people can't commit to the schedule of being a hero.
Yeah.
Can I finish the show with just casting fairy fire on everybody, just so it just gives us a little bit of a flair?
Like something.
Yeah.
A little bit of
I'll be
dash.
like, and like, and we just start shining like, now I'm shining.
And like the dress is like still trying to turn. And you finish the show, and then the commentator comes back on and is like, ooh, it's spicing up here, people. One last act to go. It's Nimbus nonsense, and I guess half of them are already here because there's like a bunch of, like, you know, acrobatics, you know, like lying on the ground, you know, where they dramatically fell after the fight or whatever.
Is it canon that we dropped a lot of pearls?
Yeah. You can say that if you want that to be your thing for the next act.
Oh, okay.
Do we roll?
Whole thing. Okay, let's wait for...
So you guys need to roll your style performance.
Okay.
So what was your performance skill that you
I have an
rolling?
idea for you, Julz. You can say no.
Okay.
But because a majority of it was spellcasting, was acrobatic in nature, was punching, I say we all roll, I myself, punching.
Oh yeah, and
my
average
two
it out.
spellcaster friends, their spell attacks. We add it together, divide by 3 to get the average. And hope, for the love of the no gods within Isen, that it is above a 15.
I accept this offer.
Incredible.
Can I just confirm what we're rolling? Is it Arcana or is it the spell casting modifier?
You can roll the
spell
spellcasting, spell attack if you like, because you can call it control.
If you're proficient in Arcana, it should be the same modifier anyways.
I am not.
Mine is not.
Well,
My casting modifier and my actual stuff is different.
We don't min-max here in Isen.
Okay. I got low, so I'm hoping that y'all got high.
Okay, so Dexter got
11.
11. Granny got...
Which is less than 15 if you know anything about maths.
23, and Taryn got...
A 10, but I'm going to use my inspiration to reroll.
Okay.
I should have saved my inspiration to reroll now.
It's a 19 plus 4.
Nice.
Okay, honestly, you guys are carrying. Dex is just useless. He's distracted by the acrobatics. He is still rattled from the heckle.
You get a 19, which puts you in the 10-point slot.
Not bad.
We're doing better than last time.
Okay. And with one act left, Nimbus Nonsense take the stage, and you see a whole lot of acrobatics, circus acts. There's like hoops, there's silks, there's aerial, there's tumbling, there's, you know, all sorts of crazy, you know, shenanigans on that stage. Various gymnasts, flips, cheerleading routines. It's intense, it's hype, it's super high energy, and it's very, like, on point. Unless, of course, it's ruined. So, please tell me, are you interrupting the Nimbus Nonsense act?
Let me hit you with this, folks. It's boring, but I think we're sitting on 30 points, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
If we fail, we drop down to 25. If we succeed, we're up to 40. Either way, I'm fighting caves after this. And just attacking them with the ferocity of 10 wolves. But if you're feeling confident on something to disrupt them, I say go for it. But we can always stand back. Discretion is the better part of valor.
Right, we are not virtuous. So, 2 things. the pearls.
We're vaguely unethical, yes, but
The pearls, or
Yeah?
I have entangle, and we could just entangle them.
Entangle's pretty good if you can get that spellcasted and like Arcana going.
Yes, so it'll be grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground. Is there ground though? Maybe not.
The stage.
It's a wooden stage.
Wooden stage?
And-
Wooden nature?
Yeah, it turns it into difficult terrain. On the other hand, these are dexterous people, so they might not care.
Difficult terrain would slow them down.
Unless they're
I mean,
doing
they cannot
aerials.
Bring.
Oh, and they need to do saving
still gotta
throws
land.
and stuff. So that, or we do nothing. Voting? Vote for that.
Like, honestly, that's more fun.
Yeah.
And I would rather
It
have
is.
fun and lose than not and succeed, I guess.
There are always pearls,
If I have to
Yeah.
make the decision. Well, that's
which
true.
is the same, because it's still difficult terrain. We just made the stage difficult terrain.
Can the pearls just passively, like, raise their DC so they don't do as well?
Yeah, can they just be there doing their thing?
Okay,
If my adding up's gone, they've failed to take the spot like 3 times, so they're 15 points in the hole as it is. They are not a threat. Which is
think the
also why
pearls
I'm
are there.
erring on not trying to interrupt them. Because I'm like, I feel so bad for this acrobatics group that's just failed repeatedly.
I don't know. I just think the pearls should just be there, and whatever happens, happens.
We let the pearls decide.
Okay, so the pearls are on the stage. Is that what you're saying to me?
Yes.
Cool. Because the pearls are kind of a almost roguelike throw of caltrops or, some kind of something
A ball
like
bearing
that.
type thing.
A ball bearing kind of throw. So we're going to link that with a sleight of hand skill from you guys. So sleight of hand to see how your ball bearing distribution went. Did you get enough in kind of the middle of the stage area where they're tumbling, or did it sort of all scatter off to the edges and so it didn't really affect them that much?
Who is good at that?
Probably Dexter. He's the most dexterous. I've got a +3.
That's more than me.
I'm -1, so no.
+1.
Okay, surely this roll's gonna be good. Just double check, we are going for this. Because we could just say, the ball bearings all end up in front of the audience. It's a nice thing for them to
true.
look at.
It's true. Okay.
How
Come on.
much faith do we
Do
have
it.
in this one
Do
dice?
it. Do it now.
Risk it for the biscuit.
I'll say that's cocked, just in case there's the sounds of me rolling twice. 13 ain't gonna do it, guys.
Oh my god, can I help him? Can I guidance you?
Yeah.
Is that gonna help?
Yeah. I mean, you could have guidanced him before you went off the stage, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
D4 to the thing, so... Can't I
So I
just
need-
click on it to roll?
I need a 2 or higher. Could be done.
Crap,
I
sorry.
just need to not roll a 1 on this.
Yeah, just roll
Are
a
you
D4.
rolling or am I rolling?
I would roll as the
Roll
post-improvement
it,
skill
roll
check.
it.
You got this. Good vibes.
That's a 3 that bumps up to a 16. Let's go!
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So, these ball-bearing / pearls that fell off your dress when Nova set it on fire are scattered enough over the stage that some of those tumbling routines get a little bit sort of slidey and very off balance, and there is all sorts of carnage going on. There's a moment where there's 8 in the 9 of the pyramid, and one of them hits a pearl and goes sliding across the stage, and it's exactly like, us bowling a strike or whatever on. Just skittles everywhere, and it's great. And seriously stands up and goes, "Oh look, Skittles! Taste the rainbow!"
Ain't no way that
And then
exists
just
in this world.
And then just does a little rainbow with his hands because it's one of his tricks he can do, and he's visible again now. And let's see how that goes. He gets a 15, so apparently it passes. Holy shit! Yeah, he has.
This guy.
has entertained the audience to know, nobody has entertained the audience like he has tonight, apparently. So, which is good, because apparently his style was off to start with, so he got no points at the start. So
Like, his
he's
actual
made-
apparently all
performance was
those-
bad.
Yeah.
All
he's
those
made
rain jokes
all
are
of his
actually
points.
sexist for the Air Kingdom, so...
Yeah. Okay, so currently our totals, there are 2 at the top and 3 kind of at the bottom. And so our ruler on high stands and he says, "Oh, great show everyone, wonderful, wonderful stuff. As we know, it is my prerogative to give my favor to my favorite." And everybody goes, "Ooh," because apparently he doesn't always do this. So sometimes he gives like somebody like a little wee boon, a little wee like, "I can see you're not probably going to get enough points, but you were my favorite," kind of thing, So it's like second prize kind of offer.
Most improved award.
Most improved, right?
Most spirited.
Yeah, and so he sort of gives a little like nod, not like a bow, but just like nods his feathered and beaked head in the direction of caves, and is like, undoubtedly favorite of my heart. And they all sort of bow deeply, deeply back to him, and they're like, "It is our pleasure, ruler on
Homie
high."
just didn't pass the wisdom save.
This
That's all
is
that happened, man.
fixed.
That's really suspicious.
Rigged!
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
get some
I
rigs
mean,
in
what?
the
This
chat?
is amazing. I love those people.
Insight check.
And up in the sky where these tally charts have been kind of hanging out, the tally sort of ticks over like tick, 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 tick. And so now what the tallies read is this. So all 5 of you are standing on the stage now and kind of, gathered in your little groups and your little leftovers of whatever you've got from your act and stuff. And you see that Nova Flame and Nimbus Nonsense are both only on 5 points because they tried to interrupt people's acts so many times and failed so many times they went backwards in points. So evenly at the bottom of the rankings, right? And so as that kind of tick 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 and shows those 2 5 points at the bottom, the others are still ticking, and so they're still tick 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 tick, and the audience, obviously knowing what happens next, and you guys have never seen this before because you've never displayed here, everybody goes, "Boo! You lose!" And what happens is all of these like people up here from Sky, they are able to, as you know, control a bit of, weather magic, a bit of air magic, that kind of thing. And they all seem to combined control their air magic in the direction of these 2 acts. And you see them try and grip onto the stage as they're just literally being blown off the stage. And just all of their stuff just whoosh off the back, and they just disappear very ungraciously, like off the back of the end of the stage. And so,
Goodbye, get more points next time.
yeah, tick, 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 tick. 2 more tallies fix. You have a moment to see that both tallies are at 35 points before you realize that 1 is the sidebars and 1 is caves. And so you're sitting there with like tick, 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 poof. And these totals pop up and you're like, oh. And then one of them is still ticking, right? Tick, 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 poof, and sticks on 45 points as seriously pumps an arm into the air. And it's just like,
caves.
woo! just like pumping at everybody. So the reason I've done that, Twitch, I know I told you that you have points to vote for, and you're more than welcome to still vote for the 2 that got blown off the stage, but your points will not put them into a higher position. Like, it just, the total's not going to get there. So you can make a huge difference. Twitch, it is up to you now. Who will be the recipient of 20 points, which would put them into the lead? They absolutely take over the lead right now. They will get 20 points. Who is your favorite that you saw performing tonight? Is it Sidebars with their wearable arts? Is it Seriously Funny with his comedy show pun stylings? Is it Caves with their just mesmerizing, life-changing rock music performance. Who will it be? I don't know. It's up to you.
Where do you want the story to go? Do you want us to progress or degress?
Yeah,
And
remember,
go back down.
the winner of this vote, which you are literally able to vote right now in the Twitch chat by saying !vote, and then what number it is that you're voting for. 1 is Caves, 2 is Seriously Funny, and 4 is the Sidebars. You're more than welcome to also vote for 3 Nova Flame and 4 Nimbus Nonsense if your heart goes out to them. But 20 points is not going to be enough to put them into the top ranking, unfortunately.
But it would make
sorry.
it a lot less embarrassing.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Erika, I see you voting in the chat.
Oh,
That wasn't said that we couldn't.
wait,
You know
did you
what?
vote for
I
us?
didn't say
though?
that.
Like,
I didn't say that.
I didn't know.
It is supposed to be the audience,
Okay.
not the...
do you want me to go in there and balance the vote? Okay.
No, it's all right. Amy just said it's luckily she voted wrong. She didn't put a space, so...
You're safe from voter fraud.
Honestly, I didn't even know what the thing was. You're just like, vote for number. Correct.
Oh,
done.
goodness.
You're so pro-democracy. You just hear
Goodness.
vote, you just send
For
it.
those of you who missed the jokes of Sirius, if you would like me to do them again, please let me know, because
No,
I'm happy to
just-
tell this joke
Just
again.
wait until the podcast comes out. Like, then it's immortalized forever.
I don't want you to miss out on the comedy stylings of Julz when she's just writing really, really bad puns over and over and over. Yep. Amy has cancelled. She's like, no more serious jokes.
You got modded. Oh my god.
Did Amy cancel
No one
her
is safe.
Patreon? This was one thing too many.
Oh,
Is that called
dear.
a straw that broke the camel's back?
Yep.
Yeah, you
Yep.
can only push Amy too far.
You can only push Amy too far. She's just done with me tonight, I think. I've made her do polls and all sorts of stuff. Shout out to our glorious moderator, Amy, in the chat, making our Twitch stream not only safe, but just awesome to be in. So, our poll is done. Players, would you like to know the result?
I would love nothing more.
Did we ever?
All 3 of the tallies once more, tick, 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 and they start to finalize with Caves being static at 35. No, wait, hang on, I lie.
Oh
The sidebars being static at 35.
I hate all of you. Never talk to me.
Let's even watch this.
See how the audience turns on you when you become a large creator.
The
I knew it was gonna
sidebars staying
happen.
static at 35, Seriously Funny staying static at 45, and Caves leaping into the lead with a score of audience
Negative.
favorite.
Negative 25.
We're not giving cave badges to you. God dang
Yeah.
people.
Only vote Caves if you've got a Caves badge. Go to Redbubble.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I really didn't expect that. I thought, you know what? I thought
Really?
the Twitch stream was going to be
Really?
Really?
No.
Do you know who listens to this?
Yeah, you think we're chaotic?
You know what? I do know.
You know what? Granny
People that listen
isn't
to this are more
mad.
chaotic.
She's just
Okay.
disappointed.
I even tried to go
is-
sidebars, but no
this is
space
so
apparently.
Audience, look at me here. You have given me the perfect opportunity to just railroad this campaign, and I love you guys for it. There was a huge plot moment where we talked to
what you
the
did?
ruler on high.
What did
we
you
get
do?
some answers. We do some real change within the Cloud Kingdom. Now Dexter's gonna leave. He's out of here. He's gonna fight caves and then he's gonna dip. This is fantastic.
And this is the commencement speech everybody wants to give at the Oscars when they don't get.
This is your fault.
You know what? It's
You
an honor
did
just to
this.
be nominated.
Yep. And
Honor to be nominated.
as Caves realize that they're winning, the crash of the drums and the screaming notes of the lutes that sound like they're just falling off fingers like craziness, and their voice of Tammy Berg bursts out again. Yeah. As they scream just like, their names are forgotten! Like,
Dispel magic.
Like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, just,
And tango!
yeah. And they're just like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, just like totally going ham. And then, yes, Mike of Mike Drop comes out from behind the stage, and he's sort of like holding his lip, you know, it's a little bit bleeding and stuff, but he's like, and I'm okay! And the audience is like, "Wah!" Just like here for it, loving it.
I want to punch him now.
Yeah, absolutely.
No shame.
Yeah. So the roadie is like up on the stage, just like punching air, having a good time, like rocking out in front of everybody. He's having a great time. And as that happens, the ruler stands and says, right, well, this has been wonderful, but I must grant my private audience. Caves? This way. And gestures off. And as Caves goes to walk past the sidebars. In the sidebars, you can start to feel the audience gearing up for their "Boo! You lost!" just blowing you off the stage. And you're sort of starting to like grip onto the stage as you walk past. The lead singer of Caves, Tammy Berg, leans over and roll perception check to see if you catch this as she leans over to say it.
Oh, I sure hope.
Guess what I rolled?
Is it bad?
It's pretty bad.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you're a big fan of Caves right now, like huge fan, and life is really good.
It is a one, though.
You're probably a little bit like fan, you know, as Tammy leans over.
Oh.
What did Dexter get?
This might be a stretch. Can I get advantage because I hate them? And I would be laser focused on wanting to hear what this was. Because I rolled a 4 for a 9 total.
I'll allow it because Dexter
Hooray.
is the only one remaining that remembers the purse spike in the forest and everything. So that
Hey, I
does
remember
make sense.
purse spike.
Hey,
Yeah,
sometimes
but Granny doesn't right now.
sometimes longevity gets you there. On a second roll, that is a 16.
Okay, and what did Taryn get?
13 for a 13.
Okay.
13 is 13.
Yeah.
It's only Dexter that hears as Tammy Berg leans over to you all and says, "Help us."
Ooh.
And then just kind of goes, "Of course, ruler on high, we're coming. And she looks back over at Dexter to make sure he clocked that, like he, you know, and she gives you like big, wide, like almost scared looking eyes before she sort of, you know, looks down at the ground and sort of, you see her visibly put that face back on and then just goes, "Hey, everybody," you know, like, "Good night, this has been great," you know, kind of like as she exits the stage again.
She would tell that Dexter clocked that and looks confused. What was initially a look of pure, unfiltered loathing turns to confusion of
absolutely.
These people screwed us over in our performance. First interaction sent him into a forest on some kind of dangerous plant mission, and now is asking for help. Confusion at the sheer audacity of what Tammy has said in this moment. It's like if your worst enemy who bullied you at high school asked you to help them move house. Like, what are you out of your skull that I'm gonna help you right now? But he's still kind, and he kind of wants to, but he's conflicted because screw Caves.
Help them what? Help them what? They just won! And as the confusion takes over Dexter's face and Tammy looks back one more time, like nodding almost to herself that you look confused, like yes. You know, like
yes, I've confused him.
but just like a really like sad kind of like staunch looking, like determined looking, like please, you know, kind of back at you, like yes, you know, kind of looking at you, and then she turns away again, and you are blown off the stage by the entire crowd going, "Boo! You lost!" And then at the same time, Mike, who is still standing on the stage, is carried by this wave of air and is just surfed over the entire of the crowd, who are all bouncing him like a beach ball at a summer concert, just up into the air and just you know, like bouncing him around. And that's the end
of the
episode. Can I use my natural ability just to calm the wind down a little bit so we're not quite blown off our feet?
Yeah.
So just control the strength.
Yeah, you can buffer how hard you hit the ground, so you don't necessarily.
This is happening
take
over as the credits roll down.
The comedian is stronger. The comedian goes well off his feet, and we're pretty calm.
Oh yeah. The comedian leans into it though. He does a fall off the stage, like just. Yeah, absolutely. So, I want to say a giant thank you. Thank you to our audience in chat tonight. You made this really, really fun. All of your marks, the fact that you chose caves over our sidebars.
We got something to say.
Yeah, but thank you so much for joining us on our adventure today.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Listening to this later and not on the live stream, on the podcast app of your choice, maybe consider coming along to catch the live stream as it happens, because you too could be part of that vote and you could have changed the way it went if you were here.
Could have done it better.
We stream every second Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. NZDT, and we would love to see you there. Many amazing people are involved with the production of this podcast, and I am incredibly grateful to many people for their hard work and dedication. So I want to give a big shout out to my list. My partner in crime, Brad Zimmerman, editor of the polished episodes that you hear on the podcast and responsible for the original design of World of Isen and Book 1. Thank you to Amy Ward-Art, our glitteriest moderator, keeping our wholesome chat. Thank you to Samsara, who set us up on our OBS and our technical, making sure that we look vaguely professional when we go live. Thank you to Haunted Sandwich for the character art they designed for our SIdebars, Aiden Messer Photography for capturing our players in real life, and I want to throw a shout out to Amy Ward-Art also for designing some of our character art, and I know that she is busy thinking about, if not working on, the next one, which I can't wait to see in 6 months or whenever time. No hurry, Amy, no pressure. And thank you to Kiwi RPG, Kiumu, Whakatau o Aotearoa, tabletop role-playing from New Zealand. There's a whole load of people, kōrero paki, telling jokes over there on Kiwi RPG, but there's also a whole lot of just really good role-play over there. So we're really proud to be one of them, and we encourage you to visit their websites when you can. And of course, this podcast would not be able to keep going without our Patreons, who keep the lights on in Isen HQ and make the Fate of Isen Discord just a huge, safe, amazing, hilarious home on the internet, and a place that I don't want to delete in a rage. So thank you for being those people. And I'm going to give a big shout out to those people right now. Thank you to Alex White Robinson, Irene Cucci, Laura Christine Goodwin, Sam Malcolm K, Victoria Gavin Porter, Daniel Nichols, Squished, Malcolm Crowe is dead for the most of the Sixth Sense, Alexander Lurk, Kais, Case the Fox, Ezekiel, Tara Borelli, Christian H, Disturb 1 NZ, says the real life winner of the Forgotten says, remember the Forgotten. Well, he said meow, but we all know what he means. Lyndon Hood, Tom Ailey, hashtag Paul Smells. Why should you always brush your teeth with a friend? Erika Jayne, Penny D, Aaron Gilgren, Danielle the Tea Lady, Lady of the Tea, Panda Dung Tea is a thing, made using panda poo as an eco-friendly fertilizer. Liz from Time to Die, a D&D podcast, Tom Chalk, Thomas Cool, brushing alone won't stop tooth decay, Maya and the sheep. Thank you very much to our Patreon, who also torture me by putting facts and jokes into the Patreon list, so it makes it a lot longer, but also kind of entertaining as you're listening along. You too can be a Patreon for just as little as $2 a month, so thank you for that. And if you want more dice in your life, please head over to our partners, fanrolldice.com, use the promo code FATEOFISEN and get 10% off your entire order. That's a sweet little discount on us. And thank you to, last but not least, my players. I'm going to pass it over to them to tell you where you can find them on all the socials.
You know what,
things
Julz?
like that.
We're passing it over to Caves. That's who the audience wants.
Yeah.
That's who they want to see. They don't want me and my
Caves.
plugs. It's just, where can we find Tammy Berg on TikTok, probably? Big on the gram.
Bubble, by the badges, show your support.
By the badges,
Do
yeah.
you know where you can find Tammy Berg and all of the crew from Caves? Genuinely, do you know where you can find those people? They're loosely based on my band Wink.
And they're incredible, and you played so well last Friday night.
Yeah.
There you go,
Wink
there you go.
is the house band of Kevin Club. So there you go.
If you want to see Caves in real life.
If you want to see Caves in real life, you can come along to any Wink gig.
Go,
and see them
support.
play.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, Erika was actually at my last gig partying away, and it was great.
Yeah.
I loved every minute of it.
So much fun.
But yes, Mike will be there. Our Talon. Mike is the sound desk mixer / roadie, so it does make sense.
Look, I'm not going to punch this one. I feel
No,
like
but
that
you
would
can
cross
have
the
a really
line.
stern talking to him and say,
Yeah, Mike got a lot of love tonight in the chat. It was all like, tell Mike my dad says hi, and we love Mike. And
I think there was Mike merch in there at one point.
there was Mike merch happening in there.
Eminem.
How do you see the chat? I really need to see the chat. Can I skip one and just be in the chat for one time, and somebody from the audience will be sitting here and feel what it feels like, but they don't vote for you.
Oh, Kasia. Like you need an excuse to skip a podcast.
Anyway,
Erika, what are your plugs?
I'm trying to throw the mic to you guys. Literally,
I'd like
the
to
mic
plug
to you
Mike
guys.
from
Head up, Mike.
Mike.
God,
Yeah, he's on it.
My cheeks are actually sore. Oh, okay.
Is it your Mike cheeks?
My link's in the chat or whatever. Erika, what you got going on?
My link's probably also in chat. Instagram.
You need to
Starry
give
Happy.
Amy just a chance, man.
We've been riffing for so long. But fair.
Instagram. TikTok. Not used. Yeah.
Facebook, TikTok.
Erika, I hear that you've got something going on this weekend. Did you want to do a shout out?
Oh yeah. Well, can do. I was waiting for the fake ending, but if we're gonna do a current ending, yeah, my dance school. They're looking at fundraising people to go to Australia to do competitions and workshops next year. So we have a fun quiz night on Saturday, fundraising for trips. And a good friend of mine is the quiz master, and so I know that the quiz is going to be very good. I've been told
Nice.
it's going to be very good, so if it's not, I can definitely blame him directly. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, so if you want to do quizzes, relatively shortish notice, I guess, but quizzes is great.
Nice.
Link in chat. Thanks.
Cool.
To you, Kasia.
Oh yeah, I got nothing going on, so I'm just disappointed. No, it's been great. It's been great. I cannot. Okay, link in chat. Come on, Julz, you have something going on?
Link in chat. I got it. Sourdough Bob is not really rising right now, guys. Sourdough Bob is having a hard time. So, therefore, Sourdough Bob's mum is also having a hard time.
Well, perhaps he's rising too much now.
Yeah, right.
In a way. So yeah, no, that's not the reason though. And you know what the reason.
And Severin, anything going on with you?
Me? No,
Severin.
I have something in October. You? No.
I'm
There's
DMing
never
a couple
anything
times
going
at
on.
D&D games in Petone, here in the Wellington region. Running a kids game on the 3rd and adults game on the 16th.
Nice.
Go to the website, look up events, find your boy.
Nice. I'll be on there too, doing things. So same link. Done. And hey everybody, I've been your dungeon master for today during this lovely, enjoyable, chaotic session that I've just had so much fun with. Thank
This
you
was
so
good.
much for indulging my silly little mini game that I made to fit within D&D to do this chaotic showcase. I really, really enjoyed it. So come see me in person, not at my house. If you happen to be in Palmy this weekend at Palmygeddon, I mentioned it last podcast, but I mention it again. I'm going to be hanging out there at the BD&D stall in Palmy. So if you happen to be that way, come say hi. And I'm not up to very much, so I'll take some stuff with me if you want to do a little side game off to the side and we just play some stuff. You could probably steal me away from the store. I'm not running anything particularly while I'm up there, so I have time to play games. So if come hit me
The
up.
Adventures of Musico Desky.
Yeah.
So it would be a really cool time. I'm going to take some like Dungeon Mayhem and some, all sorts of different stuff. Maybe we could just play some games and have some fun. That would be cool. So thank you again so much. I know I say it a lot, but you guys really do make the podcast just a really beautiful and awesome place to be when you engage out there. And my players, I'm so inspired by you. You guys make me keep creating and doing cool stuff. So thank you so much for turning up and giving it your all every week. And out there, keep turning up, keep giving it your all. I know things can get tough sometimes, but it's people like you out there doing the mahi that make the difference. So, spread the positive vibes, spread the love, support where you can, and do all of that good stuff. Inohora, ka kite ano, aroha nui. Goodbye. We will see you again soon, and we love you lots. Bye, team.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I forgot what the new call your parents is.
Mustard, go to Scotland.
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 Freedom.